Hey everyone, it's Mr. Burford here. I want to show you how to do the poetry assignment for today. So if you're looking at your schedule, you scroll down, get to 1 o'clock. We've got writing scheduled for that time. Go to the following website, poetrygames.org/poetry machine. Pick a genre of poetry that interests you and construct a poem. Add it to your poetry book poems. I'll explain what that means. Click the blank. It's going to open up this poetry machine page. There you'll see this big list of different types of poems, and this website helps you, it explains what those types of poems are and then helps you write them. Some of them you may have seen in our class, or you've seen in the past, like an acrostic poem. You may have heard of haikus, just different types of poems. So all these names are different sorts of poems. You can click it and it will tell you the instructions for how to write a poem. A lot of the time it's kind of giving you a blank to fill in, like they give you a line and then you fill it in. I'll show you an example of one of the easier ones. I don't want you to choose this one. It's called an acrostic. I don't want you to choose it because you've probably done it in previous years before, and I want you to challenge yourself to try something new and try a different type of poem that we haven't done yet. So let's look at this. For my example of an acrostic poem, I'm going to read the directions. Acrostic, poem in which the first letter of each line, when read vertically, spell out a word. The word is usually the subject of the poem. So I just made mine about Albert, really short. That's my name. So Albert is the title of the poem. Line 1, it just starts with A for Albert, athletic. Line 2, literary. Line 3, bold. Line 4, excited. Line 5, realistic. And line 6, tenacious. And then at the bottom, you'll see this button. It says creation complete. Click here to see it. We click, and my poem is here. Obviously, this is a really short example, just to show you all. You all would be writing longer ones than this. But here's my poem, Albert, and it's acrostic. Every letter in my name stands for a word that describes me. I'm gonna copy that. You can just drag the mouse to copy it. I hit Control-C to copy. And then I'm going over to my Google Drive, because if you remember in the instructions, it said, add it to your poetry book poems. Now that might be confusing. What is my poetry book? Let me show you. So you're gonna go over to your Google Drive. You can get to your Google Drive however you like. You've got a folder in there called Poetry. Go to your Poetry folder, click New. You're gonna make a new Google Doc. In that Poetry folder, just like for the ones we did in class. And then I press Control and V to post. See, now it's pasted in there. I've got my poem. I'm gonna title my document. I'll call it acrostic poem because that's the type of poem it was. And then you're done. So you're gonna use that Poetry Machine website to look at a few different types of poems and create a couple of your own. I want you to add your poem to your poetry folder on Google Drive, and then you've completed your poetry assignment.